Hello there guys, my name is Matt and today I'm going to be talking about the Worx WX667 and it's the 230 watt version of the multi-tool device, and it's corded. So firstly, if you're looking for the quick answer, I would recommend this product all day. It's good for vibration, it's quite lightweight, and this tool is really good for cutting plasterboard. I've got a link in the description for the cheapest place that I found it online. But I'm going to go into the user review of this product so that you can find out some of the things that you don't usually find out just from reading reviews online, things that you find out only when you use the product. So starting off with what's in the box, you basically get a moon-shaped cutter with some fairly fine teeth on it. You also get a blade for chipping away and getting underneath paint and plasterboard and that sort of thing. And you also get a straight cutter which comes with dimensions and things on, and that's really good for cutting out sharp things like accurate things like back boxes for light switches that you want to get really level. It's really good for getting straight lines that you've marked up and cutting through OSB board, for example. And then you get a detail sander head. So this is something that fits on and you put sandpaper on the end of it. Which I'm looking forward to using because I'm going to be doing a wood worktop surface for my kitchen. And if you follow what I'm doing at the moment on this project, then you'll know that well, I've basically got all the multi-finished plaster here for the plasterer coming, and I've just put all of the plasterboard all over the walls. We've got fireboard up here to protect the beams, and normal plasterboard all over everywhere else. That area is going to be cladded with wood. So I'm hoping it's going to turn out quite nice. But to start off with, one of the first things I'd like to mention is the weight of the product. It's actually pretty lightweight compared to other multi-tools that I've used. If you're using a cordless multi-tool, you've also got the weight of the battery. So the corded one is good for having a lighter weight product. It's a really good solid build. It's cast aluminium top. And for some reason with this multi-tool, you don't actually get much vibration in your hands. Things like Dremels and SDS drills or hammer drills, you can get quite a lot of vibration and tingling in your fingers after a long period of use. But with this multi-tool, even though it's a vibrating device, you don't really get as much tingling in your fingers, and that's good because that's nerve damage when you get that tingling. It's called something like noise vibration harshness in the industry. And I'm from a Formula 1 background, so working in the trim shop, assembly and things like that, you use a lot of pneumatic devices for cutting things and you get vibration. And it's one thing that you need to look for and make sure in long-term use of products that you don't get. So that's one really good plus for the Worx tool. The weight of the product is good for holding for a long period of time. One thing I would say against the Worx tool is that if you're doing something that's high up and you're using an extension cable, my ceiling is pretty high, so I've got 2.6 meters of height from the floor to the ceiling. If you're plugging it into something on the ground, on a extension cable for example, you find out that extension cable actually starts lifting off the ground if you're doing something really, really high up. I'm going to show you an example of how this cuts out in a second. I've got a bit of excess there left over from framing up the roof lights. And yeah, so I would say that the cable length is a little bit short if you've got high ceilings and you want to do stuff a bit high up. But when you compare that against other multi-tools on the market and the price of this one, this is actually a really, really good value multi-tool. And so yeah, there's that, and then there's also another con which I found when you're using it is that when you use the variable speed on this device, the good thing is that you have variable speed because with different tool, blade fineness, when you're cutting things, especially I found out when you're cutting things that different types of materials, you need a variety of different speeds depending on the blade fineness, the fineness of the blade. You need different speeds to cut different materials. And so one really good thing is that you do actually have an option to change the speed. But I did find that when you're changing the speed, this dial does wobble a little bit. and I thought that, oh, if they've done it, if the dial is wobbly, then what's wrong with what's wrong with the rest of the product, because they haven't got much attention to detail with this. But I have been using this multi-tool for about 4 to 5 months now, and it has worked flawlessly, no issues, and I've just been chucking it around all over the place, and it's a pretty solid device, other than that, the dial issue there. So I'll turn it on, and you can hear the sound of it, how loud it is. It's about average for a multi-tool. I've used about 4 or 5 different multi-tools with friends and family, and cordless ones, one Matika cordless, a Bosch multi-tool, a few different versions, and the variable speed on this, I'll just show you what the wobbling is like. So you start off with, I'll start off with number 3 on the setting. So it's not that bad, but sometimes it's a little bit irritating when you're using it and it starts ticking, like makes a little ticking noise, because you can feel it wobbling. You can't feel it, but you can see it wobbling, and you can hear it. So, I mean, it's not that much of an issue, but I'm just a bit of a stickler for getting something just for detail, really. So that's one of the reasons why I do these reviews, is because I like to find products that are really, really good and keep hold of them and keep buying them again and again. So I'm going to do a quick example of how it cuts now on a piece of plasterboard. One good thing with this blade is that you can actually get it really level. So if you're pushing up against the flat surface here, it's really easy to find when it's flat with this blade. If you use the straight blade that I've shown down there, you can get the cut slightly off. It's a bit of horses for courses. If you want something accurate, then you can use a straight blade. If you want to use something to get something straight, then this is really good for getting a nice long progressive cut and continuous. So I'll show you what it's like with the finish of the cut with this blade. Give me 1 second. So there we go, and I'll just show you the finish on that cut. There's the finished product. So you can see there, it's nice and smooth up against the edge, and it's really easy to get that particular blade straight. And that's the hardest type of plasterboard to cut through, because it's usually it's reinforced with glass fibre to stop it falling apart when there's a fire. So the normal plasterboard is even easier to cut. So that's pretty good for its actual productivity of use. Yeah, you also get an Allen key with it, and a little holder on the bottom. And make sure you put it in this way, because when it vibrates, if you put it the other way around and hang it upside down, then it just falls out all the time and you end up losing the Allen key quite a lot. So there's one thing to keep note of. But other than that, I think this is actually a really, really good product. I would recommend it all day. It's one of those tools that you have to have in your toolbox. Another thing is a Dremel. Another thing is a cordless drill. And I've got reviews on all those other things as well. So if you're looking to get something like this, check out the link in the description. I found the cheapest one that I could find online, and then a load of other comparisons as well. So check that out. Thank you so much for watching this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know what you would like me to change in the next review, and I'll give you some other. If you're following my build, then I'm going to be showing you how to do all the housing electrics in your house, because I've literally I had a bit of an argument with my electrician, and I ended up doing it all myself, googling it all and figuring it out. And I've got someone coming to fit the someone else to come and fit the consumer unit up here and the connection at the other end. So keep your eyes peeled, subscribe if you like my stuff, and thank you so much for watching. Cheers, have a good day.